there in the second quarter, or is it just about the best you felt, you think, since you've been back?
Oh, yeah. No question. Made some shots, made some tough shots on the move. So, I'm human, so when I don't make shots, it can affect my mood. But I was just happy to see the ball go through the rim tonight. Still not satisfied. I had a couple really good looks that were short, so I'll be better on whenever our next game is. But it was exciting to have an impact.
With the crowd getting into it, Steph getting involved, how much did that stretch in the second half kind of start to feel like old times again?
We're just missing Draymond and Andre. And when they are out there, I cannot wait for that day. It's going to be a lot of fun, but just to be able to run up and down the court again and shoot the ball, play defense, I had a great time tonight. I mean, wish I made a couple more shots, but I just had a great time. That was fun.
Do you feel like it's been your legs, rhythm? What do you think has held you back from having one of those big shooting nights?
I don't know, something called tearing your ACL, then Achilles, and had to rehab those. Been not playing for a couple years. That would probably equate to not having a great rhythm. So, and just, those three things, and then, but, I don't care if I miss 20, I don't care if I miss 100 shots in a row. I'm never going to stop shooting the ball. I love it too much, and I work too hard not to.
Seeing yourself get going, Steph, and then also Andrew Wiggins, what does that say about just the kind of overall growth as a unit that you guys have been making since you came back?
I mean, I'm really enjoying playing with Andrew. Andrew is so talented, and the stuff he does on the basketball court, you can't really teach. Like that behind-the-back move he had, 1 foot takeoff off his off foot for a dunk. I mean, the kid is incredible. He deserves to be an all-star this year. We would not be in the position we are without him. And obviously, Steph, it's self-explanatory. Very efficient night, highest plus minus on the team, 18 and 8. Does that in his sleep. And I'm just so happy to be out on the court with him again. We play off each other so well, and he found me for a couple easy cuts, and I think we can form a pretty amazing trio.
You had some impressive drives tonight, and also your first game back. Have you always had this in your bag, or was this a result of you getting stronger during rehab?
Ooh, I've had it in my bag. I mean, I've been able to put the ball on the floor since high school. It's just my strength is obviously catching and shooting and cutting, but now that I'm getting older, I try to use my strength, try to, get to the free throw line a little bit more. That gets me in rhythm, but I think I've been able to attack the rim. It's just not my forte like it would be shooting, but it's in my bag.
Klay, how does that make the offense different for you, being in the position where you are a creator, you posting up a lot, you're going off the dribble? It feels like that's a different role for you in this offense.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to be as complete as I possibly can, and the best players ever played my position could do it all, scored all 3 levels. And I consider myself a scorer, and at times I can play make, but I thought I did a good job tonight as far as creating 4 assists. It's good for myself and good assist to turnover ratio, and we got so many great players. Basketball is a simple game, If you're open, shoot it. If you're not, hit the open man and go where they're not. So I just keep those in my head, and luckily for me, it was one of those nights.
Klay, hi Klay. Steve said before the game that he talked to Kuminga about just running the floor because he might not get a chance to shoot. You and Steph are going to be taking those shots, but
yeah.
Do you appreciate what he's doing for you guys right now?
Oh yeah, how many 19-year-olds can play above the rim like him, go out there and get 12 and 10, a double-double in an NBA game? I mean, I'm so excited for JK's future. He has an incredibly high ceiling, and one day down the line, it will be his team, or he'll be a huge part of the team, and I see him being one of the better players in the league one day.
And
Steve, what did you think of Klay in particular in the second quarter, that stretch there where he closed it out, and just how his progression continues?
Yeah, it was great. He that was probably his best stretch, of however many games he's played, 4 or 5. So it's good to see him get hot and hear the crowd behind him. And he got into a little rhythm. We had a really great first half, 20 assists, the ball was moving, and Klay was a big part of that.
You were obviously a shooter. You dealt with injuries in your career. What are you seeing with his shots as he tries to kind of find it? I mean, what are you going through as a shooter coming back trying to
I just think it's rhythm and legs. When you've been out for a while, the legs are the toughest thing to recover in terms of just the force going into the shot and feeling really powerful and strong like you do when you're in great shape and in a good groove. So he's getting his legs underneath him for sure. He's looking better and better. His wind and his conditioning have improved. So I think he's right on schedule.
Steph looked like he got his left hand clipped by the ball there, and he was shaking it, and I guess he went back to get it checked out, and he went back in but didn't play the fourth quarter. What was going on there? Is it something that
I don't even know. Yeah, I saw him shaking his hand, but I haven't heard anything about it, so I assume he's fine.
So he didn't play in the fourth quarter just out of because you had the lead?
Yeah, we had the lead, so we didn't need to put him back in.
That stretch in the first half with the crowd getting into it, I think Steph got involved a little bit too. Did that feel the most like it's been like old times since they've been back together?
Yeah, I mean, it's only our second home game, obviously, and the first one was such an event, and now that we're settling into the games, that was probably the best stretch that Steph and Klay have played together, and it was a really nice kind of groove in front of our home fans, which was great to see.
Steve, that team forces turnovers, gets in the passing lanes, and kind of wreaks havoc. You guys took care of the ball and were zipping the ball around. Did that, making the extra pass, was that impressive to you, just the way you took care of it? First half was great. 20 assists and 6 turnovers and really good decision making. We got sloppy in the second half, but more with our execution. We didn't turn it over too much, 7 times in the second half, but only 6 assists. So the second half was disappointing, but sometimes the game gets out of hand like that, and you let your guard down a little bit. And I thought Detroit played really hard in the second half. They had some guys who came in and kept them going, and they kind of took it to us in the second half. So we got to get a little better, but any win is a good win, and we can build off that first half and see if we can string together 4 quarters instead of 2.
The 19 points from Wiggins, I think, are his most sharing the court with Klay. How are you seeing their chemistry come along?
Yeah, I thought tonight was great. I thought Steph really kind of orchestrated everything while the 3 of them were out there. Steph was really